A heavenly declaration, elations, and sacred messages, wishing everyone a blessed day worldwide. Today, I like to share with you the sacred message of God. Genesis 13:18. Abram left Egypt, and he traveled north to the Negev. He took his wife and everything that belonged to him. Lot also went with him. Abram had many valuable things. He had many cows, and much silver and gold. Then Abram left the Negev, and he went to different places. He arrived at Bethel. He returned to the place where he had put up his tent before. That place was between Bethel and Ai. It was where Abram had first built an altar to worship the Lord. Lot was traveling with Abram. Lot also had many cows, sheep, and tents. But the land could not grow enough food for all of them to eat. They could not all live together in the same place, because they had so many animals and people with them. Abram's shepherds and Lot's shepherds began to quarrel with each other. At that time, Canaanites and Perizzites also lived in the land. Abram said to Lot, "We must not quarrel with each other. Your shepherds and my shepherds must not quarrel with each other. Remember that we belong to the same family. Look everywhere. There is enough land for all of us. We must go different ways. If you go to the left, I will go to the right. If you go to the right, I will go to the left." Lot looked up, and he saw the flat land of Jordan. As far as Zoar, he saw that it had lots of water, like the garden of the Lord. It was good land, like the land of Egypt. This was before the Lord destroyed the cities there called Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose for himself the valley of the Jordan River. He traveled towards the east. Abram stayed in the land of Canaan, and he lived there. But Lot lived near the cities that were in the Jordan Valley. He put up his tents near the city of Sodom. The people of Sodom were very wicked. They did not obey the Lord at all. After Lot had gone away, the Lord said to Abram, "Stand where you are and look all around. Look to the north, the south, the east, and the west. I will give you all the land that you can see. I will give it to you and your descendants. It will belong to them forever. I will make your descendants become very many, like the dust of the ground. People will not be able to count them all. Go and travel round all this land. Look at it, because I am giving it to you." So Abram moved his tents. He went to live near the special oak trees of Mamre. That place is at Hebron. Abram built an altar to worship the Lord there. Genesis 14:1-4:21. Now, there were many kings living in that land at that time. They fought against each other. One fight was when Kedorlaomer had ruled over the other kings for 12 years. And in the next year, 5 kings made one group like that and fought against him. Kedorlaomer joined with 3 other kings. So it was 4 kings against 5 other kings. The 4 kings were Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elasar, Kedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of Goim. Those kings fought a war against Bera, king of Sodom, Bersha, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, Shemeber, king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela. Bela is another name for the town of Zoar. They fought in the valley of Siddim, that is the Salt Sea. In the 14th year, Kedorlaomer and the kings with him won against the Rephates. This was in Ashtaroth Karnam. They won against the Zuzites and Ham. They won against the Amites and Shava Kiriathim. And they won against the Horites in the country of Seir. This was as far as El Paran near the desert. They then went back. They went to En Mishpat, that is Kadesh. They took the whole land of the Amalekites. They also took the land of the Amorites who were living in Hazazon Tamar. Then, the king of Sodom, the king of Gomorrah, the king of Admah, the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, that is Zoar, went to fight. That was in the valley of Siddim. They fought against Kedorlaomer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of Goim, Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elasar. There were 4 kings fighting against 5 kings. The valley of Siddim had many holes in the ground. The holes were filled with tar. The kings of Sodom and Gomorrah ran away. Some of their men fell into the deep tar. The other men ran away to the hills. The 4 kings took everything in Sodom and Gomorrah, including all the food. Then they went away. Abram's nephew, Lot, was living in Sodom at that time. So they took him away from there, and everything that belonged to him. At that time Abram, the Hebrew man, was living near the special oak trees of Mamre. Mamre was an Amorite. He was the brother of Eshcol and Aner. These men had agreed to be Abram's friends. A man ran away from Sodom. He told Abram everything that had happened. Abram understood that the kings had caught his nephew, so he called 318 men to come together. These men had been born in Abram's camp, and they knew how to fight. Abram took his men with him. They went to attack the men who had caught Lot. They went as far as Dan. During the night, Abram separated his men into 2 groups. Then they attacked Kedorlaomer and his men, who had taken Lot. Those men ran away, and Abram followed them as far as Hobah. Hobah is north of Damascus. Abram took back everything that those men had taken from Sodom. He also brought back his nephew, Lot, together with the women and the other people. In that way, Abram won against Kedorlaomer and the kings with him. As Abram was returning home, the king of Sodom came out to meet him. They met in the valley of Shaveh, which people call the King's Valley. Melchizedek was the king of Salem, and he was a priest of the Most High God. He brought out bread and wine for Abram. He blessed Abram. He said, "I pray that the Most High God who made heaven and earth will bless Abram. Praise the Most High God. He has given you power over your enemies." After that, Abram gave Melchizedek a 10th part of everything. Then the king of Sodom said to Abram, "Give back to me all my people. Take everything else for yourself." But Abram said to the king of Sodom, "I have made a strong promise to the Lord, the Most High God who made heaven and earth. I promised that I would not take anything that belonged to you. I will not take the smallest thing, not even a piece of string or part of a shoe. Then you will never be able to say, 'I made Abram become rich.' I myself will accept only the food that my young men have eaten. But Aner, Eshcol and Mamre went with me to help me to fight. They should take their part of the things that we brought back with us." Genesis 15. After this, the Lord spoke to Abram in a dream. God said, "Do not be afraid, Abram. I will keep you safe. I myself will give you many good gifts." But Abram said, "Almighty Lord, there is one gift that I want. I still have no children. When I die, Eliezer of Damascus will receive everything that I have. Because you have not given me any children, understand this. Everything that I have will one day belong to a servant in my house." The Lord gave Abram this message, "No, Eliezer will not be the one who receives your things. You will have your own son. He will be the one who receives everything that you have." The Lord took Abram outside. He said to Abram, "Look up at the sky. Count the stars. They are too many for you to count." Then God said, "That is how many descendants you will have." Abram believed the Lord. As a result, the Lord accepted Abram as right with him. The Lord also said to Abram, "I am the Lord. I brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans to bring you to this land. I am giving it to you. It will belong to you." But Abram said, "Almighty Lord, how can I be sure that this land will belong to me?" The Lord said to Abram, "Bring a young cow, a goat and a male sheep, to offer them to me. Each animal must be 3 years old. Also bring a dove and a young pigeon." Abram brought the 3 animals and the 2 birds to offer to God. Abram cut each animal in 2 pieces. He put the halves opposite each other, but he did not cut the birds in 2 pieces. Some birds flew down to eat the animals' dead bodies, but Abram sent them away. When the sun was going down, Abram started to sleep. Suddenly, he became very afraid, because it was dark all around him. Then the Lord said to Abram, "Be sure of this. Your descendants will live in a foreign country. They will be strangers there. People will do bad things to them, and they will become slaves. This will continue for 400 years. But I will punish the people of that country who give them trouble. After this, your descendants will leave that country. They will take many valuable things with them. But as for you, Abram, you will have a long life. When you die, you will have peace in your mind. After 4 generations, your descendants will come back here to Canaan. At that time, I will punish the Amorites, because they do very bad things. But the time has not yet arrived that I will punish them." Then the sun went down and it became dark. Abram saw a pot that had coals in it. The coals were burning and making smoke. There was also a branch that burned with bright fire. These passed between the halves of the animals that Abram had cut in 2 pieces. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram. The Lord promised, "I give this land to your descendants." The land starts from the river of Egypt and continues as far as the river Euphrates. These people live in the land: Canaanites, Kenizzites, Cadmonites, Hittites, Perizzites, Rephaites, Amorites, Canaanites, Girgashites, and Jebusites. Blessed are those who hear the word of God and keep it. Remember to never stop praying and to keep reading the Bible, because God speaks to us through His word.